Hello, it's May 9th, 2018. Thought I would do a garden plot update for you on what's going on in the garden. Plot 27. This is my front flower bed. All the daffodils and hyacinths are done blooming. The allium is starting to bloom. I planted some canna lilies and poppies today in the flower bed. All the perennials are becoming very lush. Primrose is still blooming. Lilies and bee balm are really filling in. Some daisies. Go on inside. It's a lot fuller since my last video. There's my garlic, doing wonderful. Plant some pansies along them. Have some lettuce. And there's rows of carrots and beets and green onions in this area. Just started to come up, so they're still really tiny. There's the beets. And then in these block cages, I have 9 cabbage plants, 3 different varieties. In between them I have radishes. And then the last row of cages is Ithaca iceberg lettuce. Next to that I have 2 rows of kohlrabi, a purple variety and a green variety. This is my rue. I didn't think it was going to come back from the winter, but it is. My front bed. Usually plant lettuce and spinach. This year I put some flowers, some perennials, some annuals along the back. It's a petunia. I thought it was really cool. This is a type of yarrow that has a really pale pink flower. African daisy. And I forget the name of this. It's something wort. I was just given this by another gardener because I had mentioned I wanted to get a plant for my garden, and she shared some of hers. And then along the front, you can't see it, I have some Swiss chard coming up. Some pansies, and that's daylily. Go over to the second bed. Also have garlic and pansies on the end. And then on both sides of this bed, I planted some onions 2 weeks ago, which are growing nicely. I also have a new bird bath I got for the garden. And this whole bed is going to eventually be tomatoes, peppers, so it's empty right now. These are fava beans. It's an early purple variety. And then on the other side are snow peas that will grow up the trellis I made. And I have these 4 black pots with dwarf variety tomatoes in them. And on the back side of bed 1, I have 8 different dwarf varieties tomatoes that I planted. This one has variegated leaves, very pretty. Then on the third bed, I have sugar snap peas growing along the front on a trellis. They're growing nicely. And then we have 16 plants of broccoli. In between the broccoli there are lettuce seedlings, but it's hard to see mixed up with the weeds until they get larger. And a row of music garlic. Nothing else really in this bed except for 2 rogue onions from last year. And these are my Chinese chives, I believe they're called. They come up every year, perennial. Get a white flower. I'm trying these grow bags this year for my potatoes. I have 3 of them. And the potatoes are coming up. That one, they're just starting to pop up. The variety is Kennebec potatoes. And then the last 2 beds don't have anything in them yet, except for in the end here, I have a row of calendula. Over here, this is the third year for this sage bush. It keeps overwintering, it's amazing. And then on that end I have cosmos I just planted. They're not up yet. And then I just weeded this back bed today. So they will both be getting planted within the next couple weeks. I did leave this cluster of clover. Figure I'll let it in there and let it bloom for the bees. It was a pretty plant, so I didn't want to pull it out. So that is how the garden looks right now. Definitely having to keep up with the weeds more. Yep, it's filling in. And that's my garden, May 9th. A little bit greener, some color. Till next time.